Okay, so this video, the purpose of this video is to show how to use Scalar 2 to basically write a bridge. And so there's many ways you could do it. There is no real rule necessarily, but I'm going to show one way that I like to do it when it comes to writing bridges. So if you look at B, now mind you, I don't have a mouse that's hooked to this, so you won't be able to see that. You'll have to just follow my voice and what I'm showing you. So if you look to B, you can see where I'm pressing it. Okay, so B is A minor scale, and we're using the sevenths. So if you look at B, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes in that scale and 7 chords to choose from. I'm going to use a pattern that is common in pop music, which is 1, 6, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 6, 4, 5. So 1, 6, 4, 5. And I brought them down here to C, so take a look at C. So let's say this is my main chorus and verse for the song, but I want to have something that's a little different that could be my bridge, and I want to know how to get to that bridge. So we're going to use the mod down here, MOD at the bottom. Now we're on the iPad. This works the same for the computer. So you'll notice at the top, my selected scale is A minor. It's the first chord in the scale. And there's the 4 chords that we looked at earlier. A, F major. So A minor 7, F major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7. So what is this wheel to the left that says progression? Well, it's a modulation preset that helps you to be able to figure out how to transition into a different scale. All right, so let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. There you go. So you see how it says the blue is on A minor? This is a circle of fifth, by the way. The outer ring represents the major chord, and then the inner ring is the minor chords. And these are considered the relative to the major, or to the minor. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. The relative is the minor, right? And it's a relative to the major. That's better. Okay. So right now we're using A minor. So let's say we pick a scale to the left or the right of it, because we want to switch scales. So let's pick E minor. Now if we pick that, you'll look, it puts some suggested modulation pathway. That's these chords right here, which if you slide over here, you'll see there, or if you can see right here, let's see, I can't zoom in, right here. Let's see if I can highlight that. Nope. There's 4 of 24 options. So I'm gonna go back to 1, okay? So these are the 24 options that they're suggesting to go from this scale that we currently are at, the A minor 7 scale, to get to that E minor scale. So you can pick. You can start with this first one, play your last chord, and then test and see if these chords sound good to you after that chord, right? Then after that, if you look down below here, here's the scale that you would like to get to. And so here's the 4 chords they suggest in this scale to play. And then you should be able to go back to your scale. So these are great. This is a great tool to write a bridge. You're finding a suggested pathway that will lead you to a different scale, and then go back to your main scale. So this is one way that I like to use to write bridges. Another suggestion that isn't in scalar, but you could still do it technically, is to, instead of switching keys completely, switch to the relative of that key that you're in. So if you're in A minor, the relative would be C major. Now that's an easier transition. And the reason is because the same chords that are in an A minor scale are the same chords that are in a C major scale. You get my drift? So you're just switching from minor to a major. And if you look, it's the easiest way to stay within that relative, right? So here's your 4 chords. Okay. Then you play another A minor, but not the 7th, C major, D minor, and G major. And you'll notice there's 2 suggested pathways. So there's the first one, F major, E minor, F major, G major, or the one we were just looking at, A minor, C major. This one is probably the easiest because you're starting with that same root chord of A minor. And then eventually you get down to C major, but you see how it's just switched. So it's up to you. This is the way that I would probably typically do it, but I think it's cooler if you can switch keys in a song and yet still transition it in the right way to make it sound good. You know what I would hate? To not be recording and I'm sitting here doing all this, so I just double checking myself. Okay. So try it out for yourself. Maybe start with the relative of whatever chord you select or key you select. Then if you say, okay, I like that, but I want to try something a little different, then switch over to like the nearest key, either to the left or to the right. And by the way, there's a little magnifying glass right there that'll let you. Now, the reason why you can't hear this playing right now is because I'm using this in standalone, that is scalar 2 in standalone. Plus I have AUM open so I can talk. So the purpose is not for me to play it to let you hear it necessarily. You can do that on your own time. But just to show you how you can build a bridge for your song, right? To give your song some variety. Because maybe your verse and your chorus are the same 4 chords and you just want something to switch it up. And this is a cool little option to throw in there. So try it out. See if you like it, and play around with it a little bit till you get used to it. Give yourself some time. Remember to look and see how many suggestions do they actually have. There's little arrows. They're kind of hard to see, but you can see them right there, and they're switching. So here's 5 chords to get you to the next 4 down here in number C, or right here. This isn't really C, but it's above it right here. All right, so that's it for this video. Hopefully it makes some sense. I try to make it simple and not get too techy or big words and all that kind of stuff, but just keep it simple. Try it out, see what it does for you, and hopefully you'll enjoy making music with some variety to it. It'll make you more passionate about writing songs and experimenting. All right, I'm out.